Hello, everyone. My name is Hector Armienta. I'm a composer and also the artistic director of Opera Cultura. And today I will be interviewing one of the leading baritones in the country, Efrain Solis. Efrain, tell us how you started in opera.
Um, so I was actually in high school. My choir director, I grew up in Santa Ana, California, and which is a predominantly Hispanic city. And my high school choir director, Jeanette McMahon, was also my middle school choir director, and she would get us tickets to the final dress rehearsals at Opera Pacific. So that was the first opera I ever saw. I think I was in seventh grade, and I loved it. Really was captivated by the idea of voices projecting over an orchestra into a theater without amplification. It's still, I mean, to this day, it still boggles my mind that this is a thing that I do for a living. But then when I got into high school, my choir director, Jeanette McMahon, offered me free voice lessons. And one thing led to another. We discovered that I had this ability to be able to sing opera. And I had been doing plays and musicals since I was a kid. And I guess it was just a natural progression. And when it came time to picking colleges, I was invited to Chapman University to audition, and they offered me a nice scholarship. And the dean of the music school, Bill Hall, said, come here and get a solid technique, and I promise you you'll have a career. And so I went, and it was the only school I applied to for my undergrad, and it was very nice because it was in Orange, in the city of Orange, which is right next to Santana. And yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
Tell us what your favorite role is and why.
Oh, that's so tricky. I Dandini is one of my absolute favorite roles to sing from La Cenerentola by Rossini. It just suits my voice well. I like fast notes. I like coloratura. I like ensemble singing much more than I really like arias. I really like playing with people on stage, and that and Figaro and in Le Nozze di Figaro. Um, and I'll give you my top three. And Golo and Peleas is one of my absolute favorites. I just got to do it this year in New Mexico at Opera Southwest, and it's fun to play a bad guy every now and then.
Is there a role that you'd like to sing that you haven't yet had a chance to sing?
Oh gosh, um, I studied Eugene Onegin when I was at conservatory, and I got to work on it with Vladimir Chernov down in LA and coach it with him. My voice was not, you know, to the point where it could handle a full diet of Russian music, but that is a role that I hope to be able to do one day.
We talked a little earlier before the interview about how we identify ourselves, either Chicano, Latino, Latina, Latine, and a number of other sort of terms. It'd be great if you could share a little bit more about your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have no problem with using Latinx to refer to someone who identifies as Latinx. Um, I do feel that linguistically, Latine is much more in line with the Spanish language. Um, Furthermore, having discussions with a lot of people I am Mexican, and discussing things with my uncle who used to teach at the University of Guadalajara, and my cousin who attends the University of Guadalajara, and to have these discussions with people who are, in you don't get any more Mexican than Guadalajara. uh,
Yeah.
and my family's out in Chapala, and they've never heard these terms. So it's specifically, to me, becomes an American thing, which I have no problem with. Um, but in having discussions with them, and even some people at Stanford, people who do outreach at Stanford that try to connect with the Latine community when it comes to healthcare, etc., they sometimes feel a little as if they don't belong when the term Latinx is used, because a lot of Hispanics, Latine gente in the U.S. that don't speak English don't understand the idea behind Latinx, and so then it becomes yes, it does become a matter of education, but also really uh, the anglicization of our language, and I think Latine again just is more in line with what we with our Spanish language. Again, all that to say, I have no problem referring to someone as Latinx if that is how they identify.
So tell us what roles you'll be singing this year and next.
So this, I am currently in a production of The Marriage of Figaro at Opera San Jose, and I'm in rehearsals for Dialogues of the Carmelites at San Francisco Opera. We have performances in San Jose until the 25th of September, and then we open at San Francisco Opera on the 15th of October until the 30th of October, and then I head to Opera Santa Barbara to sing La Scala di Seta by Rossini, and then that takes care of my fall season. And in January, I head to Hawaii Opera Theater to do an Elixir of Love, and then Annapolis Opera to do another Marriage of Figaro. And then next summer, I'm very, very excited to share that I'm singing for the first time the role of Laurentino in Cruzar la cara de la luna here at West Edge Opera in the East Bay, here in the Bay Area.
Well, thanks so much, Efrain, for a great interview. It's been a joy to hear about all the great things that you are doing. And everyone, thank you also for joining us for another installment of Los Revolucionarios. And I look forward to seeing you for the next interview. Bye-bye.